What's up, guys? This is Mitchell Reese, and this is the Raised by the Wolves podcast, where we like to feature guests that are heavy hitting real estate agents in the industry. But this week, it's just going to be a solo episode, and I'm going to tell you kind of my upbringing, why I became a real estate agent, kind of the evolution of my mindset, why I chose to get in here. And I hope it relates to some of you guys, and you can find similarities and we can help inspire each other. So it's kind of a long story, but it's a podcast, so let's get into it, guys. Growing up, I feel like I was somewhat of a business mindset kind of person. I would have like snow cone stands, lemonade stands, even had a water stand when I was really little, which was obviously a failure, but that got me really excited to do these things and get a little bit of extra cash. And so it was a really big lesson learner kind of teacher for me growing up, even as a little kid. And I would go throughout high school and school in general, and teachers would talk about how, you gotta be like this in school because it's gonna be harder in high school. So you get to high school and they're saying the same thing. You gotta get things done on time. You gotta pay attention. You gotta show up. Because in college, they're not gonna let anything slide. You need to be as efficient as possible because your teacher's not going to take any BS from you. Everything's going to be harder. We're preparing you for when you get to work, when you start your career as you grow up. And then after that, I went on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ for 2 years. And, I really learned a lot there on my mission. And obviously I learned a lot about hard work, especially we're going door to door, at least at the beginning, and you're getting rejection one after another, doors slammed in your face. It can be really hard. Taught me a lot about resilience and just pushing through those hard times, because we had a specific goal in our minds, and we're always trying to do the best we can. And so just day after day we're doing things where there's constant rejection, found some success here and there, and that would make it all worth it. And that was a lesson in and of itself. You go through this rejection over and over, and as agents, I'd hope that most of you would expect that coming into the industry. That's what you're going to get every day. You come in to the industry, and you can't just expect people to be like, oh, he's an agent, so let's flood over to him. Let's use his business, because I'm sure a lot of you have already realized how different it is from that, how far from the truth that is. You gotta let people know you're an agent, obviously, but you have to go through a lot of rejection or delayed gratification to get the goals that you want. But anyways, I'm going through my mission, and just after a while, that rejection can be kind of hard on you. I was excited to go home, and as I'm going through, COVID hits, and we had to completely change up how we did our work. And that was really a hard time for me, because we're completely used to going out and talking to people, and now we're told to do the absolute opposite. Stay in your apartment, talk to people online, and learn this completely new way of thinking when it comes to finding people interested in what you have to hear. And that was pretty rough. But again, it taught me a lot about how you can't always expect the same things. um, embrace change, always be willing to learn. And it was a good experience overall, for sure. So I come home from my mission, and I'm ready to get back into the world and start going to school. Because of going to high school and grade school, it was beaten in my head that you're eventually gonna go work for someone, have a 9 to 5, and you'll do that for your whole life until you retire. And I was stressed and scared about that because I still had no idea what I wanted to do. I had ideas left and right come into my head. I wanted to be a pilot, and then I wanted to be a fireman, and then I wanted to be a pilot again. And then out in my mission, I was in the oil fields. Like, maybe I want to work in the oil fields. I could do tons of different trades. And I come home and I'm like, let's do welding. So I'm just at home, just kind of waiting for school to start. And I'm used to having my day filled with things to do. And that was not a healthy time for me, because I came home, I was used to having my schedule filled, and now I'm just waiting a few months until the next semester starts. And that felt like a long time. I was just working, and I'd come home from work and, hey, what's there to do today? Nothing really on the schedule. Let's play Xbox. Let's play some games. And I get into this really unhealthy mindset of, I'm playing games every day. I'm just waiting for the future to come to me. I'm not making anything happen for myself. It was pretty rough on my mind. When you're so used to being busy, and then you go to not really having a lot to do, it can be really, really tough. So as I'm playing games, I'm kind of getting back into old habits. When I was really young, I was definitely addicted to video games, and that's all I wanted to do. And so I knew that to get good at something, you'd have to consume a lot of your time with that one thing to get really good at it. So that's what I would try to get good at. I was like, if I'm just waiting for school, let's get good at video games, because it's a lot more fun when you're good. So, just filling a lot of my time playing games, just looking to fill the time of the day. Don't really have much to do. And eventually it gets closer and closer to the school year, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not gonna become a welder. I don't think I would enjoy that. So I'm kind of beating myself up because I'm worried about what others are thinking about me. This kid's 20 years old. He doesn't have anything lined up. Doesn't know what he wants to do. Not going to school. Having in my own head, thinking other people think I'm a loser, or what's going to become of that kid. I don't know. I didn't know myself. But something else came along where I was like, so maybe I want to do some manual therapy. And once again, I'm getting ready for the next semester to learn how to become a personal trainer, as well as massage school, because that's kind of what manual therapy is. It's those two combined. And I'm not feeling it. I have this next semester lined up, and I'm not looking forward to it. I'm like, this seems so boring. I don't really want to learn about anatomy and all these different things. And thank goodness my dad asked me, like, are you sure you want to do this? You don't seem like you want to, like, you don't seem like you're looking forward to it. And so I had to admit, like, yeah, I don't want to do this. So we're stopping that. And I decided to just go to a semester of school to maybe get back into the rhythm of it, hopefully find what I want to do. And it was really easy school just to get things up and started again with my habits, with what I can do. And I didn't learn too much. I just remembered how much I don't like school during that time. I'd had ideas of maybe owning a business someday, having things in my control, being my own employer, my own boss. But knowing that takes a lot of discipline, and like, I don't feel like I have a lot of discipline right now, because all I want to do is play Xbox or things like that, and I don't know what the heck kind of business I want to start. I just know that you got to like it if you want to expect to do that for a long time. So I get done with that semester, and I'm introduced to aircraft maintenance, which I'm thinking, hey, maybe I'd want to do this because it's physical. I like doing things with my hands, manual labor, and it's just a year and a half of school, and you can get right into the job force, start making good salary. And so I go to school down at Southern Utah University in Cedar City, Utah. And I'm going to school, and I'm like, okay, we're committed to this. You're going to school. You might not like it at first, but let's just get through this first semester, and maybe it'll be a little bit more of manual labor, more physical, hands-on, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. So I'm going to school, learning about electricity and different things about parts of airplanes, how they're made, how to fix them. And I'm bored as all can be. So bored in my classes. I couldn't take it. Just couldn't wait to get out, and waiting for that next semester, and it comes, and I still don't like it. Even with the different hands-on workshop activities and different things like that happening and going on, I am not liking it. And during this time, I found something called drop shipping, where you can list something that's for sale on eBay, and so when someone says they want to buy it from you, you buy it for less with that same money. Okay, let's start over. So you find a shovel at Walmart for $20, and you list that same shovel without buying it on eBay for $30. So someone buys it from you for $30. So you have their $30, but you don't have the shovel. So you buy that same shovel for $20, and you keep the $10, and you just tell Walmart to deliver it to that person. So I started that drop shipping company business, and I'm like, hey, this is maybe what I want to do, because I'm starting my own business. It's better than fixing up airplanes. I'm thinking this is maybe what I want to do. And then time goes on. It's a very, very tedious task to do drop shipping, put things on eBay all the time, always trying to find what kind of items you should put on your store. And it's getting kind of rough for me, and I'm starting to really not like it after a little bit, because it's really slow moving at first. And I realized if I kept going, things would pick up, but I just really did not like what I was doing. And I start studying successful people like Joe Rogan, Cameron Haynes, Mike Sherrard, different people, David Goggins, people that just have really good discipline with a lot of success. And I know if I want to find success in businesses or what I'm doing, things that I'm thinking of doing, I gotta have discipline and drive like these people do. And so I'm trying to do these different things, different businesses, different disciplines, and I'm having a hard time sticking with it. I'm relying on these people for motivation, and it really resonates with me. I'm like, I can do this, After listening to one of their speeches or videos, I'm freaking pumped up. I'm ready to punch a hole through the wall, ready to get going and become the most successful person in the world. And then a day passes, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to keep doing this anymore. And I'm just stuck in this cycle of losing motivation and then finding it again with someone or something else. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And so I think people will call it shiny penny syndrome or whatever you want to call it. That's what I was going through. So after I'm doing drop shipping for a while, I decided, this isn't for me. And I found Iman Gadji, who teaches how to run a social media marketing agency. And I buy his course. I'm starting my own, and I specialize in real estate because for some reason, real estate and homes and things like that interest me the most. So I'm targeting real estate agents, trying to give them calls and get business through them, make them my clients, and do some advertising for them. And I thought I liked it at first, but then the cold calling was just so much for me. Really didn't like doing it, and once again decided I don't like doing this. And when I would get motivated by those different speakers or different things like that, I would get pumped up and ready to work that day, and I'd started to realize how poisonous some kinds of motivation can be. There's nothing wrong with being motivated to do something, but you have it and it just runs off quickly, and you think that you need more of that motivation to just keep going, and didn't realize that you need more drive. You need to know your why of why you're doing this. You need to know what you like to do, and you'll be doing that all day, every day. You don't care how long you have to do it for. So eventually I learned about identifying your why. Why the heck are you doing this? Are you doing it for your family? Are you wanting to make money to get more Lamborghinis? Are you wanting to retire your parents? You just want a big house? What is driving you to keep going? And if you have that why figured out, you don't need to seek for that motivation really often. Everyone might experience burnout every so often, but that motivation, you won't need to be addicted to it, addicted to that hustle porn or whatever you want to call it. You don't need to rely on that for what you need to do that day. Once you figure out your why, like let's say I want to do this for my family. I want to create a great financial situation for them. We don't want to have to starve. You're going to work as hard as you can every day so that is guaranteed, so that you can provide for yourself and for others, the people that you love. That's going to keep me going every day, all day. So I learned the difference between poisonous motivation and real motivation from your why, from within yourself, not relying on motivation from others. So I'm going along with this social media marketing agency, and not liking the cold calling, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to be doing this every day, I guess. Getting close, almost get a few clients. And then when I'm kind of studying how I can make good ads for these different agents and how I can improve their businesses, I come across Mike Sherrard and trying to learn how to make ads. And I want to learn how to give value and want to learn what value I can provide for other agents as I'm trying to attract them to become clients. And Mike Sherrard has this video with Suman Kim. And if you don't know Suman Kim, he is a stud. He only does his real estate work through YouTube. And on his first year as an agent, just through YouTube, nothing else, he got 87 deals in his first year as an agent. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can do that. That sounds like something I can do. That sounds like a lot of fun too. Going around amazing houses, film them, put them on YouTube. Like screw telling people that value. I want to do that instead. You know, I like to help other agents and everything, but I realize I don't want to do it as a social media marketer. I think I'd rather be an agent. So I once again annoy my wife, like, hey, I've got this new business idea, but I'm like, I think this is what I want to do for real this time. This sounds amazing. And I stopped doing my marketing agency, and I start going to school or to classes to get my real estate license. And I'm going along, and I'm really enjoying all the things I'm learning about the real estate industry. And, you know, the social media classes aren't the most interesting themselves, but everyone says a lot of that you don't really need for the industry. But yeah, I'm learning and loving how I can have my own YouTube channel, finding different properties that I can go film. I'm like looking for work I can do as soon as I have my license. And, you know, again, my why is recognized about, you know, my family, wanting to provide for them, both immediate and extended. And that's really driving me like nothing else. And that daily motivation or drive comes from within myself. And I got my license, and I've been running my YouTube channel. I've been loving it, and I want to do it for a long time for sure. And I know a lot of agents that will just do, you know, door knocking, cold calling, and they talk about how brutal that is. I'm like, yeah, I know, man, it's rough. I know what that's like. And once they realize they can get business and prospecting done for them in their sleep with doing things through social media and YouTube, that's what most of them would rather do, unless they're stuck in their old ways. But that's what they would rather do, I guess. And I'm absolutely loving it, loving talking to other agents about it. And guys, that's my story of how I became a real estate agent, why I got into this industry. And I know I'll find success as I'm consistent with my efforts. I'm prepared to do this for a long time without finding immediate success. I'm okay with delayed gratification because I know it's going to take that constant work before I find what I'm looking for. And I just hope you other agents out there can recognize your why. And if you want to partner with me and know more about strategies with YouTube and social media, my number is going to be on the screen as well as in the description. And I'd love to partner with you guys. I love helping other agents. And let's go crush the industry together, because the market is kind of slowing down right now, but that doesn't mean our business has to slow down. So thanks for coming to the podcast, guys. I'll see you on the next episode. Let's go leave a dent in the industry, leave your mark. We'll see you guys later.